spear to linebacker Sam Mills lives on in 2 words. And the sounding of the drum reminds every Panther to keep pounding as they get ready for a fight here at Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. On the return, here comes Xavier Legette. Dodge the tackle. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this kid, the defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. That QB speed is a difference maker.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Here's Dowdle again. Escapes a defender. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they head out to check on, looks like an injured Panther. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. This time it's a passing play. Cuffs, this is Xavier Legette. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
This is Dowdle on 2nd down. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Working now from the gun. Outright, Legette makes the ground. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the red zone now. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to second down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So the incompletion on first. Here is second and goal. They'll work against the blitz. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical, and that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
From the gun on third down. Dump off, caught by his back. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
On comes Ryan Fitzgerald and the Panthers field goal team here on fourth down. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Fitzgerald sends this through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. Now be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
At his best, Bo Nix is a point guard facilitating an offense, getting that ball in and out of his hands as quickly as possible, but don't you dare sleep on his legs, because he will hurt you with his athleticism too. And oh, by the way, did I mention a maturity well beyond his years?
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
Such a cool picture right there of shock and shed. It's what these D-tackles work on in the league. You got to shock that offensive blocker, you got to shed him, and you got to make that tackle for loss. Well done.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Oh, man, it's Marvin Mims. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Nix, quick out wide, complete. And this is down to the 28 before the defense holds it.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Gosh, I got to just be honest with you, kid. I marvel at the strength we see out of these running backs. Strength, the agility. Not that they weren't strong when I was playing, but the guys today just run right through contact at times without even blinking, and that's how you get those big chunk yard runs.
Back to Dobbins on first, and he gets a few on the plunge forward. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. And you just get the playoff. Out Ryan Ingram makes the grab. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. 8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Thinking touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Jimmy Horn here on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. 1st and 10. Here's a run to Dowdle. He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
If you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
1st down from the 42. On the counter, Dowdle. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Throwing from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Pretty even match in this 1st half, and you're just kind of waiting. Well, you just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Broncos go with a dime look here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Lays out left side and gets it.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
On 4th down, Panthers going to turn to Sam Martin to punt this one away. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Denver offense taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they've got a bit of momentum from the field goal on the last series, hoping to grow that into something greater with a touchdown here.
Yeah, I think one thing you find is you do not want to settle for a field goal again. Points are great, but touchdowns, that's what's win games in the NFL.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
You know, we'll all look back at the play-by-play and see that that was a run for 0, but it felt like more than that. It felt like offensively, that's a confidence drainer, and defensively, it's a momentum builder.
Panthers bringing out a 5th defensive back on 3rd. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. He's got Sutton complete. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. It's a give here for Dobbins. And not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. This is Ingram looking left side. And they are on it, short of that 1st down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. All right, here comes Jeremy Crawshaw for the punt. It's 4th down. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Bank of America Stadium. Stick around. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Second down pass play coming. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So 1st down from the 41. Looking in the air here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. They gain 11 on that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he goes, third and long. That's complete till he gets. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's fourth down.
Never eat shredded wheat. North, east, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
On comes Ryan Fitzgerald and the Panthers field goal team here on fourth down. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Fitzgerald sends this through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Just really nice execution on his part to convert there. For the kicker to pay off, really the execution of his teammates. He works so much on situational opportunities those minutes before halftime, and they maximized it.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. Looking to throw. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. The final throw before the break. Ooh, puts some air under this one, right side. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. The kick by Lutz is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Bronc, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos start getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10. Nick's looking to throw. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Play action with Nix. Rolling out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. That's a pickup of 9. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Pistol give here to Dobbins. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Nix off the play action. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he's brought down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Offense to the line for second down. Nix from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. It's a dime look defensively from the Panthers. Third down coming. They'll air it out on third. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Gets that money down. That third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Panthers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And last drive left him in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say on offense, let every drive end in a kick. Bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception, and now it's second down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception, and that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Panthers first. New set of downs for him from the 31. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. No question he won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on first down. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. On the ground again with Dowdle. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. For big yards on the right side. And he hangs on nicely through that hit. Nothing added to the catch, but they're down to the 28. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Setting up to throw. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
First and goal. Here's Dowdle. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
That's some tremendous study right there. That linebacker, it was almost as if he was in the other team's huddle and knew what was coming. He read his keys, he pulled the trigger, and he makes a tackle for loss.
Going the wrong way. It's second and goal now, back at the 12. This time it's a passing play. He brings it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Two yards standing between this unit and 6. Here's third and goal. Back now, pressure coming. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's going to be stopped. Third and goal winds up losing yardage. And now, Brock, will they challenge them again on fourth and goal? Panthers calling on Ryan Fitzgerald here to attempt this field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Fitzgerald sends this through, and they've taken back the lead.
Kate, we know that every one of these NFL games, well, they can take a life of their own every single weekend. Some are high-flying with lots of points. Others, like this one, they're a grinder. And when you're in a low-scoring game, every one of these kicks is important.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. Here's Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. Five still to go here. This is second down. This is Dobbins. They'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Broncos first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Dumps it off to his running back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
On third down, here's Nix. He's got it over the middle. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be fourth down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
You know, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up. Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Second down now, they need 7. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Kid, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Punt team on the field. It'll be Sam Martin doing the honors. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're gonna mark it out at the 6. So here comes the Bronco offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Left side now, caught by Sutton. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Back to throw it. That's complete to Troutman. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. They run. Here's Dobbins. Finds room to the 30. And finally taken down up at the 31-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
On 1st down, it's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. 2nd down. Here's Nix again. This one falls incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Broncos down by only 3. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now. Completed over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz when he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, half the hay is in the barn when you get 5 on first down, and now they're in such a good spot where you can attack those other 5 yards in any way you want.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop, I'm going to say, at about the 37-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. We've set it down from 37. He'll look to throw it. Complete to Mims. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And not much doing. He's stopped quickly. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
To throw. He's going for it himself. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A timeout now with 5 seconds left on the clock, and they're in position to force overtime here with a field goal. Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left, and after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Looking good, and it's through! And in the final moments, they force overtime!
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have 1 final snap to work with. Setting up to pass. This to win the game. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. That's no way to end a game, right, Brock? Can't have an offensive penalty on the final play, so an untimed down coming up. The kick is good. He got it! And he hits one more time to win them this game. So the Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Charlotte.